Hey folks, welcome to another edition of Speculation Station, and in these videos I like to just let my mind wander and just see what happens, and I talk about potential refreshes we could see, or ways that Built is becoming the next big overarching travel platform. And today I wanted to talk about a pair of cards that don't get a lot of attention from American Express. Now, I am not the biggest American Express fanboy or user. I do have the Hilton Honors card. That card is really solid, great for no annual fee, great for booking at Hilton, but I don't have a lot of experience or exposure to a lot of other American Express cards. So I reached out to a number of creator friends and asked them about it. So I'm going to go over what they told me in succession, and then wrap up with some of my own ideas at the end. So the first person I reached out to when I talk about the everyday and everyday preferred, or the first person I think of, is JP Buffett. I reached out to JP, I asked him what he thinks about the card, and he definitely says that the everyday preferred absolutely needs a refresh. The everyday card needs a refresh, and the way he would refresh the everyday preferred would be to add an online spend category like the Blue Cash Everyday, and increase the base limit from 1 point everywhere else to 1.5 everywhere else. Now, let's take a step back and talk about the Everyday Preferred. Now, the Everyday Preferred gets you 3 times points on grocery, up to $6,000 in spend per year. It is 2 times points on gas and 1 times points everywhere else. Now, if you use the card 30 times in a month, you'll get a 50% boost on every category, thus making the grocery category 4.5 times membership reward points, 3 times membership reward points on gas, 2 times membership reward points, 1.5 times membership reward points, and everything else. It's a $95 annual fee card. There's not a lot of credits to offset it. No biggie there. But it's not a particularly strong card at the moment. It's got a 15,000 membership reward point welcome offer on $2,000 in spend in 6 months. Relatively easy sub to hit, but it's a sub that will leave you wanting because it's really low, especially for a $95 annual fee card. Other $95 annual fee cards across the spectrum require twice the spending, but give you nearly 3 times the points. So the Chase Sapphire Preferred is $95 and does that. The Capital One Venture card, $95, $4,000 in spend, 75,000 Capital One miles. The new Wells Fargo Autograph Journey, 60,000 on 4,000 spend. The City Premier card, 60,000 points on $4,000 in spend. So there's that theme, right? The Preferred has the same welcome offer spend and only 5,000 points more than the Everyday card. And I'll take this moment to go over the Everyday. That card is 2 times points on grocery on up to $6,000 in spend, 1 times points everywhere else. We're going to come back to the Everyday card later, just because I already talked about the Everyday Preferred more. So JP wanted to add an online spend category like the Everyday Cash at 2x, so it would be a 3 times points on groceries. He would raise the grocery limit up to about $10,000 in spend for the year. So it would be 4.5 times points if you hit the bonus, 3 times points on online spend, 3 times points on gas, and 2.25 to 2.5 times points on your everything else if you hit the 30 transactions and you get that 50% kicker. Big theme across the board was keeping that 50% kicker because more American Express cards should lean into that. That is like American Express's secret that they refuse to use outside of the everyday cards, because if you could put that 50% kicker on the American Express Gold card, it would be 6 times points on groceries, 6 times points on dining, 4.5 times points on flights booked in with AmEx or directly with the airline, and 1.5 times points on everything else. Pop it over to the American Express Platinum card. The 5 times categories become 7.5 and 1.5 times points on everything else. Like, that kicker can make every card just a little bit better, with the one thing that American Express wants you to do: swipe the card. Take the American Express Green card, 4.5 times points on dining and anything travel that's not gas, 1.5 times points on everything after that. Where would I sign for that? I would absolutely grab an American Express Green card and pay the $150 for just that bit more than what my Wells Fargo autograph gives me. Why wouldn't I do that? So thank you for JP for helping me with those answers on that one. The one thing that JP also added that was a bit different than everyone else is making the everyday cards downgrade paths from the charge cards. So right now you can go from the platinum to the green, but you can't really go anywhere if you have the green card. One valuable perk could be converting from a charge card to a credit card. You'd have to, work with American Express to establish a credit limit, or they make the Everyday Preferred a charge card, and you could downgrade to that and have that lower annual fee available to you. That could work. But that was from JP Buffett, so thank you, JP, on that one. I also talked to Chad from Chad's Money Minute on this one. He mentioned bumping the gas category up to 3 times points, adding an Uber credit onto the card, and moving the annual fee up to $150. Now, Chad didn't mention anything about like the welcome offer increasing or anything like the same with JP. Some other creators did, but yeah, making that gas 3%, and Chad would also probably keep the kicker on there for the 50% as well. Don't want to speak too far out of turn, but 3% gas becoming 4.5% gas. There's no other card except for like the AAA card or the City Custom Cash. When you make gas your category on that card, there's no other card beating 4.5 times membership reward points. And their membership reward points, you transfer those out to partners at 4.5 points earned. And if you can get 2 cents per point, that's like a 9% return on gas. That would be huge. So brief shout out for Chad there, but those would definitely be huge improvements to the Everyday Preferred card. And yeah, I would sign up for it. Another creator, definitely want to shout out and thank him for taking the time talking to me on this one. Cesar Joel. Cesar put it like this for the Everyday Preferred. What he would do he would add the Disney bundle on the Blue Cash Preferred onto the Everyday Preferred, and he'd add an automatic 1.5% on the Everyday Preferred. And after those transactions, you get the 50% boost as well. So for Cesar, the multipliers would equal 4.5 times grocery, 3 times gas, 2.25 on everything else after you do 30 swipes. And if you did something like adding the green card to that setup, you'd have 3 times dining, 3 times all the other travel components from the green, plus this card for $245. That would be a great duo at $245. Now he's offsetting the annual fee, the $95 annual fee, with the Disney bundle of about $84. So your effective annual fee would be about $11. That would be huge. But yeah, I like the idea of the 1.5 becoming 2.25. And he would also increase grocery from the $6,000 per year up to $12,000 per year. So he'd double it. Definitely want to thank Cesar for taking the time and answering that one in depth. Reached out to Joe Beretto. Joe didn't talk too much about the Everyday Preferred card, but he was the first from folks I talked to who mentioned making the Everyday card a straight 2% cashback card, or 2% return card. So that would be 2 times every membership rewards points. I think that's the place where that card needs to go, 2% everywhere, and go from there. Didn't mention the kickers or anything like that. I would give, in terms of taking a no annual fee card and turning it from 1 times everywhere to 2 times everywhere with the 2 times grocery, I would get rid of the 2 times grocery, just make it 2 times membership reward points everywhere and give it a 10% kicker instead of the 20% kicker that it currently is. So you'd be moving from a top return of 1.2 on everything to 2.2, but not going up to 2.4 or anything crazy like that. So big thanks to Joe on that one. And then I reached out to Sledge from Sledge Inc. team with the same questions. Every day, first thing he would do would be to raise the sub, because 10,000 MR points on $2,000 spend isn't very appealing. So he'd raise it. Now, he didn't give me an exact number. You could double that membership reward point number for 2,000 spend. You could triple it too on a no annual fee card. That could be cool. But definitely, first thing he would do would be raise the sub. He would also add more everyday categories besides groceries. So, could be online spend, could be dining, could be things than grocery that you do every day. Maybe you can specify specifically, but, there's a lot of everyday categories that you can add in: phone streaming, grocery, dining, gas. There's a bunch of places you could go to make those 2 times everywhere. Everyday Preferred, he would also raise the sub, because 15,000 on 2K spend. It's okay, but again, it'd be fine. That would be fine for a no annual fee card as opposed to the $95 annual fee. And he would make all the categories 3 times membership reward earning or more. And he was the first one to mention putting that 50% bonus when you use the card 30 times on 2 more cards. Put it on the gold card. Amazing. Like, I would pay whatever annual fee increase is coming if you added that 50% boost for using the card 30 times. and put up with whatever credits you're going to slap on there. Put that booster on there, I sign up for the gold card. Yeah, and then I also reached out to John from John's Travel on Credit. I'm going to put everybody's links down in the description. John doesn't see much of a path for him getting the Everyday Preferred or the Everyday card. He would like to see the Everyday Preferred remove its annual fee and then raise the welcome offers, at least double them. But yeah, he wasn't sure what else he could do with that. But at minimum, the Everyday card becoming 2 times non-category spend or 2 times everything spend would get him interested in that card. So yeah, just a big thank you to JP Buffett and Chad and Sledge and Cesar and John for their contributions to kind of the overarching thought there. For me, when I was thinking about this, I didn't know what to do with the Everyday Preferred. To me, the Everyday Preferred is kind of a redheaded stepchild in the American Express lineup. But some from here that I could definitely see fitting would be online spend being a 2x category or 3x category. That Disney bundle, because American Express likes to add credits everywhere. Or even if it went up to 150, a Resi credit or Uber credit. Probably more likely an Uber credit or rideshare for the Everyday Preferred. Making gas 3x, that would be solid. The 50% kicker is pretty excellent. They should keep. There's a lot of different places we could see the Everyday Preferred going. I think 95 or 150. 95, it's still a hard sell. 150 with the possibility of 4.5 times membership reward points on gas plus some sort of offsetting credit, that could work. As long as the welcome offer gets much heftier, that could be pretty solid. And then grocery, at least getting grocery up to like 12k, like 12k limit, like SR said, would be pretty awesome. Yeah, I'm still not sure what else you could do to make the Everyday Preferred card more of a card. But I definitely also agree with JP where both cards should be downgrade options for you to keep membership reward points when you are not looking to use, or you can't justify the green for whatever reason, or you can't justify the gold card, or you can't justify the platinum card. But having that downgrade path and being able to keep your membership reward points without having to open the Blue Business Plus would be a huge boon and beneficial to a whole bunch of people. So that I would definitely do. And I do think that the Everyday card should just be a 2 times points earning card. 2 times across the board. Use the card 20 times in a month and you get a 10% kicker on it where it becomes 2.2. So now you could set up pretty much any combination of membership reward point earning cards and have a really effective anchor to a base catch-all card for yourself, where you could have the $945 American Express Platinum, American Express Gold, and American Express Everyday card set up at $945, where the Gold is your primary food, Platinum is your primary travel, and the Everyday card is your everything else card. And you do enough everything else to at least net the 2.2, right? You could do things like the Everyday card, the Gold card, and the Green card to a much more cohesive, $345 and probably higher because the Gold is going to get refreshed most likely card, where you do $0 annual fee every day, the 150 green, and the, let's say, 350 gold. So sorry, that annual fee would be $500. So for $500 you're getting all of your food taken care of with the gold, all of your travel taken care of with the green, and everything else covered at 2.2 with the Everyday card. That would be cohesive. So this is more kind of a wish list video than anything else, not necessarily speculation that this is what American Express could conceivably do. So maybe Speculation Station isn't the right name for this video, but that's what I'm going to roll with. So again, huge thanks to all the creators who helped with this. I'm going to, again, link to all their channels in my description, even though, Chad is much bigger than me, Sledge is much bigger, Cesar is much bigger. Huge thank you to them. Joe Beretto, much bigger than I am. John just hit 100 subscribers today, the day I'm recording this. Huge congratulations there. JP is awesome. So yeah, definitely check out all their channels. Subscribe to them if you haven't. It'd be weird if you're not subscribed to them and you're subscribed to me, which, hey, I would appreciate. I appreciate you, but definitely check them out. And yeah, I've rambled on long enough, so thank you all for watching. If you like what I do, hit the like and subscribe button. Follow links in the pinned comment if you so wish. A couple of referrals there. One Amex referral down there for the Hilton Honors card, so you can go for the Hilton Honors lineup from there. The Hilton Honors Honor, Surpass, Aspire, all in that link. Feel free. That would be a huge help to me as well. But if you like what I do, hit subscribe. Talk to you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.